takes a special person to don the boots we wear. We bravely venture where others never would, fighting to ensure that evil never triumphs over good. It's a calling that's reserved for just a chosen few, represented here today by the sea of tan and blue. The job is never easy, certainly not for faint of heart. Occasionally there's an officer that shines from the start. Strong and fierce, and always with a smile, she learned early on that she'd be blessed with a child. It was an honor and a privilege to serve alongside a hero taken before her time. To Lesley's family, we grieve with you. We remember her as our partner, our friend, our sister in blue. Our hearts ache and we are shaken to our core. We love you, we miss you. Paul 5:24.
Palm Springs, California is grieving tonight for two police officers ambushed on Saturday as they answered a routine call.
In the line of duty, the tragedy in Palm Springs bringing together thousands from all over the United States to pay their respects to officers Jose Gil Vega and Lesley Zerebny. The procession to the Palm Springs Convention Center was met by so many people lining the streets.
A crowd of more than 15,000 people, including politicians, residents, and hundreds of family members paying their respects for two of Palm Springs' finest.
We meet here today to honor and pay tribute to their lives and to express our love and admiration for them. In one way or another, our lives have been touched by the lives of Gil and Lesley.
Today, people throughout our country will learn how wonderful these two Palm Springs Guardians were. Not one of the officers had a SWAT background, yet every single officer responded in the same manner. As a team, tactics were on point, decisions were quick, and they were all in until the end. We all walk in the footsteps of those that came before us. We all now walk in the footsteps of two heroes of our chosen profession.
I wish you all could have known Lesley as we know her, for she was a good kind of crazy. She was spunky, she was fiery, she was very creative, she was full of life, she was adventurous, she was tough as nails. That's our Lesley. That's who she was. But she was also very kind and compassionate and sweet. She possessed a very unique blend of these qualities. I've said it before, there was no one quite like her. She was a very unique individual. I've always known Lesley to be a kind and caring person, but that side of her really began to shine after she gave birth to baby Cora. She loved Cora so much. You could see it in her eyes. She was so committed to being a good mother to her. She was so tender and nurturing, so engaged. And it was so precious to watch Lesley hold Cora and just to see the joy on her face and to also hear her sing to her little baby. She loved to sing to Cora. Today we are remembering Lesley as a public servant, and it's right that we do so. But I know that if she had to choose, she would much rather be remembered as Lesley the daughter, Lesley the friend, Lesley the wife, and Lesley the mother.
So when I look out at this crowd, and I see the thousands of police officers from across the country, people from our community honoring these two wonderful officers, I know that Lesley is smiling right now. So on October 8th, I received word that Lesley had been killed in the line of duty. One comfort for me was knowing that Lesley and Gil were standing next to their fellow Palm Springs police officers, and they were not alone. She was extremely proud of her department. When she talked about all of you, she was full of pride and stated she could not work for a better organization. After witnessing your department in action after this tragedy, I gotta tell you, I couldn't agree more. Dave, to you and Luann, you just must be so proud of the wonderful daughter that you raise, and will love her forever.
To the outsider, the bond forged between cops is something difficult to understand. Your partners are your brothers and your sisters. They are the family you choose. Lesley was the member of the family I chose. My little sister and one of my closest friends. As she started to attend our get-togethers and family outings, we were introduced to Zach. Just like Lesley, Zach was one of us from the beginning. Lesley and Zach were part of the family we chose. I think back to the numerous barbecues, impromptu gatherings, and holiday parties we all enjoyed together. Those times have left me with countless memories and more than a few stories that I'll never forget. Zach and Cora were Lesley's world. The way she and Zach loved each other was the kind of love that only exists between two best friends. Lesley was our little sister. We felt a need to guide and protect her. We felt a responsibility to Zach to keep an extra eye on her out on the street. Even though Lesley only stood probably about 5'4", she was smart, tough, and could not be intimidated. Lesley never shied away from a fight, and when the need arose, she gave as good as she got. My wonderful wife Erin put it best when she wrote of Lesley. Lesley was full of life, always smiling, joking around, and she loved to laugh. Lesley could hang with the guys, drinking beers and shooting guns. She was a true badass. We will always be reminded of Lesley, and she will live on in our memories, in her paintings, in her ideals, and through the beautiful baby girl. I know that when my time on this earth ends, I will see my friend again. Lesley, I'm proud to have called you my friend, and I miss you dearly. Our world is darker without you, but this is not a goodbye. This is only I'll see you later.